Hello everyone, this is Subifly here, and I just want to say I apologize for the late post in regards of 1 week of use. 1 month of use, and because I just got busy with the project of work, so I actually redid the video, and this is a new video, and I actually waited for the Windows 8.1, the preview, to be available. So, and that's what I did. So, and I'm redoing the video. So it got released yesterday, June 26th, and so here is the new thing. So, while doing the 1 month, I'm also going to be doing a quick preview of the Windows 8.1 on what's available. Now, there are other gestures that are out, and I'm still trying to figure them out on what's new about it. But the first thing you notice is that on here is you have your little start menu at the bottom left hand corner now, but I wanted to point out that you also have the option to boot into the desktop as well. I actually prefer to boot into the main Windows screen like that, because a lot of times I don't get to my desktop immediately. When I come into the office, what I normally start with is, check your friends and family on Facebook, right, using the People app, look at my Twitter, things like that when I usually start before I start my job or I start work, read the news, etc., etc. So that's the first thing you notice when you get to your desktop, is you get your little start menu. Now, it's a little tricky because you can't hit the left click button. It doesn't give you the start menu. It actually takes you to the start tiles. To get to your normal start menu, you actually have to right click on this guy right there, and then you get your option of device manager, system, task manager, and things like that, and you can shut down. So if you stay a lot on the desktop, it's quite helpful, but it's not what everyone's used to by hitting a normal left click and give you the start menu. Instead, it takes you to the main start menu. Before we start on Windows 8.1, I want to say that I've been quite happy with using my Surface. It's been a great hybrid of a laptop, as well as almost a desktop replacement in my eyes, and also with the tablet, being able to just sit back, use it as a tablet, navigate through the website using Internet Explorer 10. I believe this one's Internet Explorer 11 on this 8.1. I could be wrong. I haven't gotten to that part yet. But anyway, moving on. It's been always responsive. I haven't had any crashes on it. The only time I ever had crash was the time when I updated 8.1. It had a problem of identifying some of my applications or apps, and I had to reinstall it. But that's not the Surface issue, it's the 8.1. But other than that, no issues, lag time whatsoever. It's been phenomenal, it's been great. I would highly recommend this to anybody, at least with the Windows 8 ecosystem. Not necessarily go with the Surface Pro. I know it's a little bit more pricey, but there are other alternatives out there. But I will tell you that Windows 8 has been really, really great. It's like Windows 7, but more skin, more apps, Windows Store apps, things like that. So it's been really, really great. I love the live tiles. If I have to recommend this to somebody, I would recommend it. And for example, if a PC user comes up to me and said, "Which one would you recommend? Would you recommend a MacBook Air, like the one I have, or a Windows or Surface?" and they're about the same price, I would say get the Surface, because not only they have the idea of how Windows work, but they also have now that they have the old desktop with the start screen, at the same time get the new modern UI, where they're halfway there already, versus going through a MacBook Air or Mac OS. Although I love it, I don't want this to become an OS war or a fanboy thing, but I love my Mac OS on a certain degree of the things that I need to do, and I love it with that fact. But I would recommend for a PC user to jump into Windows 8 because they're halfway there. they don't have much to learn in getting understanding the whole modern UI, versus the Mac, although it's easy, very easy to learn, but they have to figure out, okay, how do I get this app, how do I do this, and how to do that. So it really depends. But for about the same price, same storage, although MacBook Air has better battery life, this is an okay life, but 5 hours, I get about 5 hours out of this guy or more, just regular Windows surfing, internet surfing, Facebook, Twitter, sometimes YouTube videos. Pretty good battery life. I get about slightly under 5.5 hours, so it's not too bad. I did some sort of tweaking, making sure that it goes to sleep mode and screen powers down. The pen has been wonderful, quite helpful. Someone had mentioned that right click is limited, right, with a pen. It's like acts as a mouse. I totally understand. So that makes sense, which is great. Now, jumping into the Windows 8 deal, it's been really, really slick. Let me go ahead and cancel this guy. So let's see, Internet Explorer. Let's do Twitter. Come on, Twitter. Let's see, weather. So they advertise to be able to do 3 apps at the same time. That's not the case, at least in my case, unless there's a setting in it. But now I can resize it, like split in half, which is pretty slick. You go too far, it goes away. So yeah, I mean, you can minimize a certain area. You can keep that inside, but if you go farther than that, it actually goes away. So it's only from here to here to here to here. So anytime after that, it goes away. As you notice that. So if you go too far, it goes away. But at least you can split it in half. You can have Internet Explorer running, or Twitter, or your desktop on the right hand side, and switch it in size. So it's pretty slick. I like that. Apparently there's also another trick in regards of, you guys see me in the screen right now. I'm using my phone. This is my Galaxy S4. There's a trick, apparently, if you slide from the top to down, it opens up your camera. Windows had asked me, through Twitter had asked me, like, what do you like about it? And it's like, I only like this if I'm at a coffee shop and I'm going to spy on someone in front of me, and then start recording what they're doing. So I thought that was that's the only thing I can ever use it for. Why would you swipe at the top right away? Let's see, unlock. Yep, there you go. So I'm going to get back in. Anyway, there's other things that is probably additional stuff. Oh yeah, grouping. It's pretty slick. Now, I've always wanted to do this because the fact that I like to separate my work, my personal stuff, and entertainment, games, miscellaneous, administrative, PowerShell, and all that stuff. So I like that because I know exactly what I need to be. I go to personal, and you go to administrative, entertainment. Now I can see that what they're labeled as. Versus, you can still do that if you knew exactly where you're going based on the icons. But now you can set labels. There's other things too, as far as tiles. You can show more tiles if you like. If you hit on, you can put more tiles in one area, or hit off. You can personalize. You can change color now in the background. So basically, changing that color, changing some of your icons' color. So customize, right? If you customize, you can customize. So before, when you slide from the bottom, it usually takes you to all apps. I'm not sure where that goes now, or where it went. Search, you can search everywhere now, including the internet. It's always been like that, but you can specify things on where to search. So usually I've kept it to everywhere right now. So there's a few things on here. Just so you know, if you have one of these and you're upgrading, I would say that make sure you have no apps that you really need, and it might not work with the 8.1. And one of those things was my display link. I have this docked to another monitor, and I'll be putting up another monitor, so it'll be a 2 monitors on the right side, and use this as my modern UI, and then use the 2 screens to do work. I'll post some photo on that in between. Other than that, I had to update that display link, and luckily display link has been really good in releasing a beta version, and I was able to plug it in, install it, and it works wonderful. Maps as well. There was an update in Maps. I'm not sure if it's been updated yet, but you can do 3D now, which is pretty slick. Now, I haven't gotten around that. Again, I just downloaded it late last night, so I thought I'd give you guys a show really quick on how Windows 8.1 looks. Anyway, again, thanks for watching on this my so-called 1 month of Surface use. One thing before I leave, would I recommend it? I highly recommend it. I really enjoy it. I love the ecosystem as much as I love my Mac. Coming from a Mac user and as a profession dealing with any kind of ecosystem as far as OS goes, Windows 8 and their upcoming 8.1 has really come a long way. I see where they're going with it, and it's going to be great and wonderful. I can see it in my organizations, people using touchscreens to navigate through things, which is quicker. And at times, I tend to want to reach out on the screen when I'm using one of our users' desktop here, just because I can get through it really quickly rather than going through the mouse. Anyway, as always, guys, thank you for watching. For those who watches my videos, I do this for fun, and thanks for your support. Again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.